In this example, we will search for breast cancer participants in the 100,000 Genomes Project who are also known to have a drug allergy. To do this, we will use Search by Clinical Concept. After typing in breast in the search terms box, the application presents a list of matching terms. For our example, we select cancer type breast, which represents the disease for which the participant was recruited to the project. By not selecting any other terms, we will not search for breast cancer in the longitudinal data of all participants. This means, for instance, that a recruited parent of a child with rare disease who also has a record of breast cancer will not be included under these terms. Click on the plus icon to add another row to the search criteria. By default, the different rows will be evaluated using AND logic, but you can change this to OR. Type in drug allergy and select the SNOMED concept SCT drug allergy, the HPO term drug allergy, and the ICD-10 code Z88. An important feature of the Participant Explorer is that descendant codes are automatically included in the search. So in our example, we should also find participants with more specific diagnosis codes, such as Z883. The default Match Any logic means that participants with at least one of these codes, or any of their descendant codes in their medical history, will be identified. You should be careful when selecting which terms to include. The same condition or procedure can be coded using different coding systems in the data in the research environment. So if terms you select don't include all the relevant coding systems, you may not find all the relevant participants. For more information and tips on selecting search codes, please look at the Help and FAQ pages, which can be found via this drop-down menu. Or you can watch our Participant Explorer Advanced Search video. Because we selected a SNOMED code, we can make use of Include Mapped Concepts to include any equivalent codes from other code systems that we have not already selected. The mapped concepts are visible in green. When using mapped terms, please check them carefully because the suggested terms are not always equivalent to the original terms. The search results page shows a list of participants matching the criteria. You can sort the results by clicking on the column headers. To go back to the search criteria or forwards to the Downloads page, click on the icons at the top of the screen. Click anywhere on a specific participant row to view that participant in detail. The Participant Details page brings together data from several datasets from the 100,000 Genomes Project main programme data release. These include data collected at recruitment and secondary data obtained from the NHS, the Office of National Statistics and others. The icons above the participant ID allow you to return to the full set of results or step through the participants one by one. Because we're looking at cancer participants, the Family Members section of this page will be empty. The Encounters table in the middle of the page show only the medical encounters that match the search criteria. Uncheck the tick box to see the full list. The two medical history timelines display all available medical history for the participant. Any terms in the history matching the search criteria are highlighted in bold labels at the side and with a lime green highlight on the chart. The timelines allow you to zoom in by right-clicking and drawing a box on the chart, or hide entire datasets by clicking on the legend. Click on the Download Results to export the search results to a CSV file. On the Download page, select the columns to include, and when you're ready, click on the Download button. Note that it is usually the case that a participant has multiple values for certain columns. For example, they will have data for the selected code and all descendant codes unless this option was unselected during the search. These will be displayed as separate rows in the CSV file and values in the other columns, such as participant ID or year of birth, will be the same. A useful feature is that when the participant ID is excluded from the output, a participant count column will be included, indicating the number of participants in each category of the search results. This summary table can be useful for taking your data out of the research environment via the airlock. You can also create a control group for your study by changing Match Any to Match None, retaining the same search criteria. In this case, we want participants with breast cancer who have not had a diagnosis in their history for drug intolerance. The results now list all participants who do not have any of the selected codes, mapped codes, or their descendant codes present in our dataset. For the same reasons that false negative search results are possible when using Match Any, false positives are possible when using Match None. If the selected search terms do not cover all the code systems used in the relevant data, the result can include participants that do have the condition or procedure that you want to exclude, but recorded with a different code.